Do you feel your teenage son needs a mentor? Research indicates that mentors can help youth improve in school, gain confidence, and increase self-esteem. Introducing the Omega Psi-Phi Fraternity Incorporated Eta Pi Chapter Dr. Ernest Everett Just Mentoring Program. We provide youth ages 12 through 18 with career exploration and life skills mentoring. Our mentors use the Clio Clicks mentoring app to teach critical thinking through learning modules and webinars. We meet virtually twice a month and explore careers in law, social justice, and entrepreneurship. These activities support the fraternity's 4 cardinal principles: manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. Register today for the Dr. Ernest Everett Just Mentoring Program. Visit us at the Omega Family Resource and Learning Center at 132 South Harrison Street, East Orange, New Jersey, or at our website, www.etapichapter.org. The CLICS program is funded by a grant from the Department of Justice, Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention Program.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Stevens, and welcome to Cues on the Move. This is a podcast that the Omega Psi-Phi Fraternity Incorporated hosts every month. And what we do here in the Corridor 4, that's New Jersey, is we host ours on the second Tuesday. So welcome. Today, I have the pleasure of 2 young brothers that are in the chapter, not young brothers, but they're young in the fraternity, and really looking forward to their energy, their wisdom, as well as their leadership in creating and helping to create mentor programs in their chapter. So I'll just introduce the brothers and we'll kind of get started. So first, from the Pi Kappa Kappa chapter, I have Brother Dan Spencer. Dan, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing fine.
Great.
How are you today?
And from the Beach Brothers, the brothers there in Phi Epsilon, New Jersey, Phi Epsilon chapter, I have Brother Gardner. Brother Gardner, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How you doing tonight, brothers?
All right, man. Thanks, brothers. Well, listen, man, I'm welcome both of you brothers to the fold. You're relatively new, but like we say in Omega, it's the toughest part of being Omega is not becoming one, but being one. And so you are feet first. You're 10 toes deep in this program because mentoring is one of the most important things that we do. And we're really looking forward to your leadership, your guidance, and your energy to bring to the mentoring programs in your various areas. And so for tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit about you and your area, where you're at. I'm going to provide a very brief PowerPoint presentation that I intend to do in each chapter in the state of New Jersey that is interested in starting a program. And then we're going to circle back to you to talk a little bit about what it is that you're doing in your various communities. And so, Brother Spencer, I'll start with you. Let me do this then. I'll start with you, Brother Spencer. So, Darius, let's go back to the brothers. I want to start with Brother Spencer in regards to tell us a little bit about the city that your chapter is in, and answer the one question: why is mentoring important in the city that you are located in?
Thank you, Brother Stevens, for having me on this evening. We are located in Winslow Township, New Jersey, and we are basically kind of straddling Camden County and Winslow Township, which is primarily not so much a city area, but mostly a suburban area. Nice. So we don't deal with a lot of maybe like the inner city problems, but we do have young men that may not have fathers in the home, and we're always dealing with the situation of young men having positive role models, positive Black men that are role models. So I think the need in the area is for young Black men to see Black men as in positive roles. And I think if they don't have fathers in the home, to be able to take that place, or not take the place, but to come alongside whoever else might be in their life as a male, an example or figure.
Great. One thing I didn't ask you, brother, is when did you become a member of our glorious fraternity? And what do you do for a living?
Well, I became a member of the greatest fraternity in the world, November 6, 2021, out of the Pi Kappa Kappa chapter. I was solo, so I came in by myself at 58 years old, which just maybe a little bit late. And I'm a retired New Jersey State Police officer, retired United States Army, active duty and reserve, a minister in my church, and a chaplain at Salem County Correctional Facility, and a volunteer chaplain with my county. So I got a few different jobs.
Yeah, you wear a lot of hats, brother. Definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
a little bit.
Welcome to the fold, brother. And we're really looking forward to your energy and all of those hats, because that's going to make us a great fraternity, and it's going to make our mentor program even that much better. All right, so let's go now to Brother Gardner.
Evening, brothers. Evening.
Hey, brother, how are you today, man?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great.
I'm going to ask you the same question, brother. The three questions I need from you is, number one, tell us about you. You know, when did you come into the fraternity, and what do you do for a living? And then third, and most importantly, brother, why is mentoring needed in your community?
Sure. So I'll begin. Lauren Gardner. I am a solo. Came in through the Jersey Shore Qs, better known as the Beach Bros. Just came in this past April of 23. I'm almost a full year in. I'm still enjoying my Neo year. So doing all of the great things that are part of the Neo life. Currently about me in terms of work, school, 2 times over graduate, master's, as well as a bachelor's in supply chain management from Rutgers University. Currently work as a supply chain project manager for Unilever North America, based out of Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey. And I've spent the majority of my career in supply chain. So as many people know, they didn't really know much about supply chain prior to the pandemic. And, after the pandemic, we became like the new doctors for the economy. So it's been a very interesting past couple of years. Currently right now, serving as the mentor, Fatherhood and Mentoring Chair for our chapter. The Beach Bros, the Phi Epsilon chapter, is based out of Neptune, New Jersey. And why is mentoring needed? Similar to our brother Spencer, who spoke before, we are in a very unique position in terms of state demographics. We only represent, African Americans only represent about 7% of the Monmouth County, as well as the other county that we cover, which is the Ocean County. We only cover about 3%. And we're mainly in concentrated areas, particularly within Monmouth. We are within the Asbury, Neptune area, where it's a little more mixed. It's a inner city landscape, which is probably the best description for it, where within that inner city, there is a dense concentration, but we face this similar uphill struggle. We have to, just have our presence in the community. One of the biggest things is the changing demographics, particularly Brother Stevens, very well with the change due to gentrification that is occurring in the greater Asbury Park area. We're just suffering more, especially young Black kids, young minorities, are just being further disenfranchised. There's the loss of programs that were traditionally supported by cities, and they're continuously facing a struggle. So fatherhood and mentorship is needed because there's not a very large presence for African Americans, and especially for young African American men to look up to. So that's why fatherhood and mentorship is needed.
Man, that's really important, brother. Well, I'm really, really excited about you two brothers coming in and leading charge in your various communities. So what I'd like to do is pop into this PowerPoint. I'm going to just speed right through it so that the people who are watching can kind of get a feel for it and invite us out. And so our PowerPoint is really going to focus on best practices for starting a mentoring program. So next slide. So, brothers, number one thing in the that you really want to concentrate is you want to meet the kids where they are, and that's go to the schools, go to the churches, go to the youth groups. Don't make them come to you. And I'll kind of go deeper into that as we move forward. But the schools, the churches, and the youth sports programs, they already have practice. They already have coaches. They already have principals. They already have buildings. All of these things are already available for you to use, and they also have budgets. And so I want you to consider, versus when you're starting a mentor program, trying to start one all on your own, go to where they are and work with them where they are. Next slide. I strongly encourage you, brothers, as you start your mentoring program, is to start out small. Don't try to do everything for everybody. And what I've done is I've provided 10 different things that you can do once a month. If you do one of these things once a month with either your school, your church, or your youth sports program, this will solidify your mentoring program. What you see there, brothers, is a picture of me and one of the younger brothers in our chapter, Pi. We work at his school, and this is the mentor program at his school. It's a good sister. She's a Delta. She's the principal there. This is the Benjamin Banneker School. And so what we do, brothers, and I want to go through this line. If you could just look at it from September to June, it's 10 months. I'm going to give you one thing to do each month. First, start texting the kids weekly, and just small texts, just say, hey, how you doing? How did that test go? Did you see the Giants this weekend? Those type of things really, really help because they send a positive message to the boys every week. And you can work with them in that capacity. Just get parent permission to be able to text them. And you'll be able to have something to document it to show that you've been in consistent contact. Most of the boys, a lot of men, don't know how to tie a tie. What we do is we get all of our ties for one of our good brothers, a brother Curtis Humphrey. He has a program called the Q Essentials. And we buy all of the purple ties from him, and they're boy sizes. And we teach them how to tie a tie. And we host our mentor programs at the schools on Tuesdays. So we call it Tie Tuesday. The next thing we used to have, and I hope we're going back to, we used to have a thing called Read Across the District. Read Across America just finished, and I believe the DR is going to come back to Read Across the District. We read a book with the boys in our mentor program. The book that we're currently reading is a book from our guest from last week, a brother named David Miller, and we're really doing some good work. You guys can pick any book that you like, but it's a book, and it helps the kids grow and learn and read. Next, play a game with them. If you have college students, I know the brothers at the Jersey Shore have the young brothers who are in college at Monmouth University. Invite the football team out to kind of come and just sign footballs for the kids. These kids would love to meet a young man who's playing college football at Monmouth University, and to receive a football would be a lifelong thing for them. So you could even go with the high school kids, have them kind of come and talk to the kids. The last couple of things, teach a life skill. This weekend, brothers, one of the brothers who is in the Ada Pi chapter owns a laundromat. And so what we did is we took all the boys to the laundromat and we washed their clothes. We helped them learn how to wash, dry, and fold their clothes. At this age, at 10, 11 years old, is when they should start be doing that. None of them had the responsibility of washing their own clothes. They all now have that responsibility. And all it took was a couple of quarters and some clothes detergent. And we all have the budget for that. Moving down, definitely, brothers, listen to some music with them. I know, Brother Gardner, you're a little younger than me and Brother Spencer, because Brother Spencer and I don't know nothing about this rap music that's out there today.
I am a DJ.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you down? You know about all of the music.
A little bit.
Brother Stevens, I'm into jazz, man. Jazz and house music. Whatever the rap music is saying today, I have no idea. But what I try to do specifically is I try to listen to the stuff with the boys and try to break it down. Some of the beats I like really don't understand what a lot of them are saying. And so I have the kids kind of teach me, and that's a learning lesson where they're actually mentoring me while I'm mentoring them. So definitely listen to the music. Last three, brothers, take them to work. If you have the opportunity to take them to your job, do so. If you can't, then bring your job to them. All of us love to cook. We love to eat. Not really of us like to clean, but cook, eat, and clean are things that we kind of work with the boys, and they really, really enjoy it. Last two things, brothers. Take them fishing. Man, it's nothing better than a day out on the lake with these kids. And both of your communities have the capacity to take them either to the ocean or to some type of lake to go fishing. And then, more important than anything else, learn from them. You got to kind of engage them in situations where you're actually learning as much from them as they are for you. And so each of these activities take about 2 hours. Pick a Saturday once a month. Do these particular activities with your group. If you decide to do it with the school, like the brothers in Asbury Park, I think the superintendent of school is the Bros. I can't remember the brother's name, but I know he's from Jersey City, and he would love to have the Bros to kind of come into one of those schools and work with the kids. If not, go to the housing authority, work with the housing authority, or go to Pop Warner football. But all of these things are 10 easy things that the Bros can do, and you get started right away. Next slide. 3 things I want you to remember is that you are a volunteer, not an employee. You have to document your progress, and you got to learn to ask for help. Next slide. So because both of you guys are new in the fraternity, you can often put everything in to the fraternity and forget about the major things that are going on in your life. You have to remember to put things first, brother. Like I said, if you just give us 2 hours a month to the mentoring program, then you could put everything else in this proper perspective. And I know some of the things, your wife, I know Brother Spencer's wife, I went to high school with her. Beautiful sister. He has a lovely family. But if he spends too much time with the frat and not enough time with them, he's got too much time in the game to mess up that family, man. And I'm not sure, Brother Gardner, if you're married or not, but these things, family come first, brother. And so you have to put these things in proper perspective as the coordinators of the program and not put your whole life into it and then lose your life in that regard. Next slide. Document progress, brother. 3 easy ways to document your progress is number 1, a picture says a million words. This is Brother Barry Devone. He was running the mentor program before I started. And he's my mentor. So every year we give bikes out to the kids and we take pictures of them with the bikes. This is a phenomenal way to document your success. As indicated, the texts help, but the last thing is really important. Every time you start the mentoring program, start by asking the kids what they want to accomplish during your mentor progress. And then at the end of your term, you can measure how close you got to that goal. Next slide. Brothers, you got to ask for help. If you don't ask for help, nobody's going to help you. The people that are going to help you the most are the brothers. But the brothers have a lot to do, and not all of them really have signed up to be mentors. And so you can't ask every brother every time to do all of the programs. What I suggest that you do is just ask each brother to commit to one thing. If you have 10 things going on, you ask each brother to commit to one thing, the likelihood is that some of the brothers who naturally fit into the mentoring program are going to naturally start coming out more. But if you don't ask them, they won't come. Secondly, brothers, the parents have to do their part. Parents, if you allow them to, they will have you coming to pick the kid up, have you drop the kid off, all kinds of stuff. The parents, as much as they need the help, they have to have skin in the game. And so don't overreach for the parents. Have the parents meet you halfway. And then last thing, brothers, mentoring costs money. Stay out of your pocket. Because once you dig into your pocket, you'll stay in your pocket. Got to find other ways to either get people to donate, ask other people to pay for it. You may have to charge a fee to participate, do some grant writing, something of that nature. But as the coordinator of the program, I'm strongly encourage you to stay out of your pocket. Next slide. So I think this is bringing us to the end, brothers. I want you to remember that slow and steady wins the race, that you don't have to start your program and be all to everybody. I want you to start the program, start out slow, and engage. And I believe that's the last slide, correct, Darius? And so, brothers, any thoughts on what I've said? So I'll ask you some questions in specific. Did any of that make any sense? And do you think that would help as you start to look at talking to your chapters? I'll start with you, Brother Spencer.
Yeah, I think it definitely will help because those are very simple things that we can do. And, as soon as you say music, for me, I've been in the music business or DJ business for 30 years. So I don't even know what they listen to on a regular basis, but I know that there's definitely, you can make a nice connection with the kids with music, because that always is you think about some of the things that they played back in the day, they're sampling now. So a lot of kids don't even know that this is what was made 30 years ago, and they're playing it now over a rap. But yeah, that definitely is a great idea. And also, I like teaching a skill, because the bros have so many skills. You'll be surprised. And I'm still finding out some of the skills that some of the bros have in our chapter. And it's amazing how they can use some of those things. And they'd love to be able to teach them and just, give a younger person, it might spark a fire in them as far as a career. So, no, I think all these are great things and very simple. You don't need a lot of preparation or money to do them.
Just have fun with it, man. How many brothers do you have in the chapter that like to golf? Oh, man, yes. Ask the brothers, hey, listen, man, next time we go golfing, can I bring a couple of the kids? You get the church van, put them in the van, boom, you're there. All right. So, Brother Gardner, what were your thoughts?
I agree with Brother Spencer. It's a lot of low-hanging fruit there that we saw. Teaching the skill, I think, is very vital. Just when we meet with these children, whether it's in school or mainly at the community center, I think one of the biggest things is teaching them a skill, a couple life hacks, as you will, just to, whether it's, it doesn't always have to be a skill that's geared towards a trade, but like managing conflict or de-escalating situations. Like a lot of times just knowing, like, being aware of your surroundings overall. I think these are just, skills that can, help you to de-escalate a situation and, in very tense moments, walk away with your life. One of the biggest things is, talking with the police.
Definitely.
I can help with that one.
There you go, man. There you go. All right. So I'll just shoot back up to you, Brother Spencer. I guess the question that I had was, I know you brothers down there, I think you just purchased a fraternity house.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, and what are some good things that you see coming out of that as it relates to mentoring?
Well, we purchased a house. Well, actually, it was donated to us for $1 from a former or from a brother that passed on to the Omega chapter. That is funny because I knew the brother and had no idea that he was an Omega brother. It's about 6,000 square feet, and nice. It needs a little bit of repair and some work. But I anticipate us being able to do maybe, like, later on, maybe like a computer lab, but some of the ideas that you were talking about, simple ideas, at least we have a place to gather and to be able to have the kids, have an environment that they can have their full attention on us and everything. But we have a few different things. Some of the things that we were thinking about doing was dealing with their finances, relationships, etiquette, physical fitness, diet, dressing for success. Definitely ties would definitely help that. Personal hygiene, of course, job interviewing, team building, and possibly even tutoring. Because
Nice.
one of our the former bosses or immediate past boss list, Brother Bright, is a math teacher. So that's one of the subjects that I think definitely our kids could benefit from. But there's we're trying to handle so many different things at once right now, because we just acquired the house a couple weeks ago. We really signed for it officially anyway. So I'm excited about the possibilities.
Well, I heard Brother Gardner say when you set it out, he'll bring some brown.
And I know you mentioned that it's in need of repair, so I can help you with some 18 as well.
Oh, absolutely. So, Brother Gardner, where do you brothers meet, and what are some things that you got coming down the pike as it relates to mentoring?
Well, in terms of mentoring, where we meet at, we meet in the schools, but I inherited a great program for our fatherhood and mentoring that was started by Brother Gucci 585 BG. I believe he's tuned in. I definitely got to give him a shout out for all the work that he's done. He's been exceptional in terms of schools, as junior ROTC programs. But one of the biggest, I can call it a part of his legacy, since he's no longer with the chapter, he's moved to the greater Tampa area. One of the biggest things that he has been a part of is the Monmouth Boys and Girls Club. Some of the things that I've seen at the Monmouth Boys and Girls Club when we meet there is just how the kids are more relaxed. Sometimes when you're meeting kids in school, it's like their initial approach to you would not be as receptive compared to just meeting them, in a natural environment. There is a huge basketball court at the Boys and Girls Club that we have, and every third Wednesday we're actually looking to increase the cadence of it. But we meet there, we share a couple of sandwiches, the kids play ball, and we get to talk to them in that atmosphere where they're relaxed. We get to find out, hey, what are you into? And there's some ideas that I've come up with, and I've spoke with our boss list about, perhaps organizing teams based off of their interests. So if you got guys who are into sports or like take sports seriously, they could, play a 5-on-5 versus the guys who take music serious, or, those who are into entertainment or the arts. So it's just like, just understanding, and it not only does it make it hypes up the level of competition amongst the kids, but they can build upon their friendship, because now it may be a guy who they've met there that, they just play basketball, and it's like, all right, now we have a common interest, like we can build something off of it. So developing that foundation.
Got you. Well, brothers, one of the things that I'm going to really strongly encourage the two of you to do is to trade numbers. Did the two of you brothers, have you ever met before? Have you ever seen each other before?
No, we haven't.
Well, the best thing in Omega for me is the road trip, brother. I strongly encourage Neos to visit other places, because you're not going to find everything about Omega in Sicklerville, and you're not going to find it in Asbury Park. We're going to find it is by just getting in your car and just going places, going to other meetings, going to events, supporting other brothers, fellowshipping with brothers throughout the state, throughout the country, throughout the world, but definitely throughout the state. So I strongly encourage the two of you brothers to connect, because you can fellowship and learn from each other because you're new. But also, when you get your mentor program together, I guarantee you there are kids in Sicklerville that ain't never been to the Jersey Shore.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you there are kids in Asbury Park that have never been to Sicklerville. All it takes is a church van to get the kids there and just have a good time. But brothers all over the place, the brothers down in Camden, they're really good with the Camden Museum, and the brothers down there. There's a brother there, Brother Sharif. He runs a boxing program.
Yes.
You got to bring Brother Sharif up to do some boxing with you. Take him golfing, take him fishing. Come up to Ada Pile. You know, we have the house up here. Either you brothers have been to the house up in East Orange?
Yes.
Okay. So definitely come through, man. We're doing a bunch of different things. And as indicated, you don't have to recreate the wheel. The brothers at Ada Pi, the brothers at Chi Epsilon, specifically the brothers in Patterson and Lambda Epsilon, those brothers are really doing phenomenal stuff. The brothers in Patterson are doing some really leading things. They got the school system on lock. Brother Benji is doing his thing through the state. Patterson is one of the chapters to look to see how it gets done. And then, of course, because I'm a part of Ada Pi, the Ada Pi chapter is doing some phenomenal work that has been doing it way before I got there. And we got a new group of young brothers that are really doing bigger and better things. So 30 minutes can fly by quick. I'm looking at my clock now. It's 8:33, so we're a little over time. So what I'd like to do in kind of closing is I'll start with you, Brother Gardner, in just kind of highlighting how somebody can get in contact. How can a parent who's interested, who has their child at Asbury Park schools or Long Branch schools or Neptune schools or Ocean schools, how can the parent get in contact with you to get in your program or for you to come do stuff at their school?
We have a great presence with the school. The first thing, of course, is sharing social media, because social media it's almost essential in this day and age. So we have our Instagram page. You can follow us at the Phi Epsilon Qs, as well as the Beach Bros. We have two sites, two IG handles, excuse me. You can follow the Phi Epsilon Qs Facebook as well. In terms of contacting me, you can contact me. I'm very open. So L Gardner, the first letter of my name, L, of my first name and my last name, .Phi Epsilon @gmail.com. So those are our initial contacts. In terms of the schools, there's a variety, there's multiple avenues in terms of reaching us, as you mentioned, through the superintendent, reaching out through your local principals. We're very, very intentional and adept when it comes to reaching out to our schools. We just initiated our Schools of Honor program. So our contacts are always available. Just reach out to us. And once again, you have my contact information. You have our websites. You have our IG handles, just to reach out to us overall.
Loving it, man. Loving it. Really doing good stuff. I hope you guys bring back that beach party. That was so much fun. Brother Glasgow Bart put that together a couple of years ago. Good brother. And hopefully something like that can kind of come back. So closing out with you, Brother Spencer, how can folks in Sicklerville area get in contact with you for the future? Because right now you're just getting started, you're in the infancy stage, but how can people get in contact with you for the future?
Yes, we're just we are working on our social media presence and everything. We have a website, but it's we need a little bit of work on it. But probably the best way to contact us is probably contact me personally. My email is djd4hire@aol.com. Yeah, I still use an AOL email. And our website is www.pi-kappa-qs.com.
Yes. Sorry, go.
And what's that?
No, I started talking. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I'll give you my personal cell, 609-381-9999. 9262. And like I said, we're still working on our social media presence. And so we'll give you further information when, as we get it up.
Sounds like a winner. Well, brothers, on the behalf of our corridor rep, Brother Leon Smith, who's doing some phenomenal work, we follow his leadership in getting all of these things done. I want to say thank you for joining Fraternity. Also, thank you for the work that you are doing in your various communities. We look forward to hearing the good stuff that you're doing, and hopefully you brothers will connect and make it happen. So hold on. I'm going to stop the broadcast, and then the three of us will chop it up for a couple of minutes. So with that said, Darius, we're done for the night. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.